Being a baby mama is so ghetto. So listen, I just asked my daughter's dad for some money for some groceries. And then I followed up the text message like, or you could just pay for the pickup order, so he don't think that like I'm asking for money for other stuff, like whatever. This man responded and said, go post the ad and suck some for it. Okay. Okay. You got it. If you ain't got no kids, just hold on for a second. Just hold on for a second. Cause man.
Sounds like the man that's done. Man that's tired of being used. You get on here, which maybe you're a nice person, but a lot of times modern women will say things and do things to men and then get online and act like they never did anything wrong and only tell what the man said, what the man did. And men are tired of that. They don't want to have to continue going through that. So tell us what you were doing. Tell us what you might have said to him in the past in other conversations. Exactly.
Another Monday, another outfit. I wore jeans for the first time today to the office. I'm never doing that again. I'm sure you can guess why.
Why? Were you doing that to get attention? Did you not know what it looked like before you walked out? Did you not think it was that big of a deal? Same thing that men say when you're walking out the house, looking like you look, going to a club or something like that. Hey, maybe you should. Don't tell me how to dress. If you don't know how to handle a baddie, then just say that. I'm just telling you. And now you see in real life what it looks like for yourself. But of course, you probably love the attention, even though you acting like you low-key don't.
And I don't give a who don't agree with me, but I'm going to stand on it. Dates are for people who already established they like each other.
There are more, but if I had a brother, these are the type of women I would tell him to stay away from. The religious bop and the overly good girl are one and the same. Both women try to make themselves seem righteous and like they're different when they're literally just like any other or bop. They use religion to mask who they really are. You can usually pick up on this because you can't hide who they truly are for long. That social media based off like how she may dress, what she entertains, like her For You page, and especially her TikTok reposts will definitely tell you where her mindset is. The woman that tends to be very materialistic or care about other people's opinion on her life, like she goes out of her way to show, oh well, look what this man did for me. And there's nothing wrong with showcasing what a man has done for you, but she's not doing it because she appreciates you and like you genuinely. She's doing it for external validation, male external validation. She'll sacrifice her own morals to get what she wants. She's always the victim. She tends to think she's more than what she really is because a few of them probably tricked on her. So now in her mind, she thinks that she's the prize when she can't even bring the table even for herself. Translation, a bum. She's not a girl's girl, so she talks bad about women, especially women that she finds attractive and secure.
So this is why you should not jump to conclusions. This man, he took my car around lunchtime to go get my tires rotated. And so he just bought it back. 20 minutes before I get off, he just bought the car back. And I'm looking at him like, I'm watching him from the parking lot drop my car off to get in his truck. And he's just sitting in my car. He's sitting in my car for like a little while. Like, and I'm like, what is he doing? So then he finally gets out the car and he stares at the car door. And I'm like, this man done scratched my door. This man done hit something and scraped my door. My paint is chipped on my door. And I'm just up there waiting. I'm up there on the 5th floor watching him from across the parking lot look at my door. And I'm like, and he ain't even gonna call me and tell me he hit my door? So then after staring at the door for like a few seconds, he walks away, but then he comes back. He goes to his truck and he comes back. And he opens the door and he gets in the car. And then he closes the door and he looks at the door again. And I'm like, this man really done scratched my door. So I'm waiting on him to call me and tell me he scratched my door. He calls probably like a few minutes later and he's like, oh, I dropped your car off at the on the left side of the parking lot or whatever. And I'm like, okay, end of call. I walk across this parking lot, I look at my door, and I'm waiting to see what he did to my door. And look what he did to my door.
Now, this has to be the most romantic thing this man has done for me in a long time. And you know it's a long time. If my initial first thought was, he done did something. But look at this. And then it's not even like a big gesture. This probably took like 5 minutes alone to put together. But look how cute. Isn't that cute? And then the song just started playing. Like, I just turned the car on and this is the song that started playing. That's crazy. But this was so cute to me because I have been saying like, oh my God, nobody asked me to be their Valentine. And this was so cute and unexpected. Like, that's what I be liking.
Modern women are going to hear all of this, and instead of jumping to conclusions, they're now going to backflip to conclusions.
Your problem in dating with women is not that you aren't a good man, it's because you're a simp. Some of y'all, the moment that you think a woman looks good, you start drooling over her, you want to do all these things for her, and it doesn't matter how she treats you. You just like her because she looks good, and going for looks will destroy your life. Some of y'all will literally drool over women because they gave you a compliment or looked at you some type of way, and I know that you feel deprived because you're not getting enough attention, but I can promise you that the right woman will never ask for anything. You're not always single because women have become narcissistic, egotistical, materialistic people. You're single because you literally don't have any self-esteem or any self-worth to be like, oh, maybe this woman isn't good for me because she's talking about me. She doesn't like me. She only hits me up when she wants attention. She's always asking me for money. She doesn't put in any effort. But wait, oh man, she looks so hot. She's so beautiful. Like, I don't care. Like, y'all wreck it for yourselves sometimes. Then you come on here and you're in my comment section talking about, this is why I'm single. No, it's because you have no self-worth or backbone to recognize when women are using you, and you need to find that. I know that this is like harsh advice and you probably don't want to hear it, and you're probably like, man, I thought you were on my side. Yeah, I am on your side. That's why I'm telling you this. Majority of women like men who have boundaries, set standards, they lead, and they're not always like, yes, yes, yes. No woman likes a man that's consistently like, yes, queen, like, and you never say no. I know you're trying to be a good guy and you're trying to like give her everything that she wants because you think she deserves princess treatment, but I can promise you women like a little bit of toxicity where you're still nice, but you're still kind of and does it make any sense? No. When you say you don't want to play the game, then don't play. But I'm telling you that a lot of men fail at relationships because they start thinking with the wrong head. And they start looking at women just for their looks and not how they treat them. Majority of women thrive off chaos and commotion. So yes, ignore her text. Wait to text her back. Don't be so readily available. The only thing you're teaching her when you're so readily available is that you're always going to be there no matter how she treats you, no matter what you do, no matter what she does, no matter how many guys are in and out of her lives. You're always going to be there, and she will eventually look at you as the backup guy, and you'll end up in her friend zone, and then you're all heartbroken and pissed off because you're doing all of this for the wrong woman. That's the real reason why you're single. It's because you give to these greedy women and you will lose every single time. Stop worrying about being the villain in her story. Stop worrying about the perception that she's going to have of you. Be authentic to yourself. Have morals, have values, stick to your standards, and stop giving women things that don't deserve it. Word to the wise, the women who deserve the most will always, always ask for the least. Okay, bye.
That's pretty much it in a nutshell. Like she said, a lot of times we cover what women are doing, but also on your side, make sure you're taking care of yourself. Make sure you're not allowing her to run over you, right? Too many men have let this go in the past, just being nice, just because of what they see in society. And you don't have to be mean or a jerk and stuff, but hey, this is as far as I'm going. And that's what I mean. Oh, well, babe, no, this is as far as I'm going. And this is what I mean. Well, I don't think, okay, well, then you can leave. That's it. And we get a pretty good understanding of this before we get into a relationship. Number one. Number two, I make sure to test out what we talked about before we get into a relationship. And if it doesn't come to that, We're going to have a conversation about it. Hey, listen, this would happen X, Y, and Z. And for this reason, I don't think that we should be in a relationship. And if y'all get into a relationship and you see that, hey, listen, this is what I've been talking to you about. And it doesn't seem like we're going in the same direction. So for that reason, once again, I got to go ahead and let you go. And that be it. Done deal. End the story. I'm not going to sit up here and argue and complain and moan and groan about it. You knew the standard, you knew the boundary, and you decided not to follow it. You decided to listen to social media and whatever they had going on, and they told you how to act. We're not going to do that here.
In 2025, I'm dating for money, not love. I'm sorry. I'm dating for money, not love.
Well, at least you're honest. So why the change?
I have always entered relationships with like a 50-50 mindset. Like I'm always ready for like equality.
Well, that's good to hear. That's not like her at all. You want equality from others, so you give it to others. That's the golden rule.
Even though there is no equality because we live in a patriarchy, so why am I acting equal?
Oh, well, that is kind of what I expected. It's exactly like her. Anyway, I guess you're not dating for money for traditional reasons. By the way, the kind of men that you can date for money might not also be the kind who want to smash the patriarchy. He looks like he hates the patriarchy. You should get his number. Anyway, it sounds like you don't want equality or tradition.
Sorry.
It's fine, really. Just tell me, why are you dating for money?
I've never ever thought that I would be the type of person who would want to date someone for money, but dating for love isn't working.
Agreed.
I'm not enjoying myself, and transparently, inflation is crazy.
Okay, so then you don't have a new ideology, you're just giving up on equality because it's too expensive, which is one of the funniest possible sentences.
I only have a few good years left in me, like I am going to use them for what they're worth.
So if I got that right, you want to trade being a woman for money without any of that traditional stuff, while also smashing the patriarchy, which really just means men who are already pretty smashed. I don't know why, but that reminds me of this rude meme about prostitution. See, the joke is that women think they're awesome until times get tough, and then they rely on men again, which is what patriarchy is, isn't it? Isn't patriarchy when you depend on men who deal directly with the Lord? So if I'm following you here, you used to depend on men and we provided for you, but then you wanted to be independent and intimidating, so then you had the government write some laws to increase equality, but then equality was too expensive for some reason. The reason is that you doubled the size of the labor pool. So now you're raising your standards to a man who earns more, even though you want to still get paid the same. I didn't even need to leave this page. It's all right here. So that's a real funny definition of equality, that we get paid the same, but men have to give more. Several people have challenged me on this, that men give more to the government and women get more. And it's really not hard to use Google. Only men pay taxes, and everybody knew that but you. Here's what that looks like, and here's your net impact. This is what you contribute, and this is what you cost, meaning that the average woman costs $150,000. And even considering all that, it was still too expensive for you to be equal, even though it's not too expensive for us to be equal, even though we get paid the same. And we have to give more to the government, which gives it to you. So if all that was true, then it would be too expensive for us. And it is. So it's not that lovable guys don't have money, or that guys with money are no fun. There's some overlap. It's that guys with money are just very short in supply. A lot of you are looking for a few of them. In other words, if this wasn't working, then why would this work? Everyone is looking for a man in finance. 6'5", blue eyes. There just aren't that many. So unfortunately, the answer to where have all the good men gone is that they are busy. They found good women. So you can date for money if you want. Just remember, so is everyone else. By the way, this is a golden rectangle. I know some of you were going, oh my God, that was so weird. What was that? It's a mathematical symbol of the way the universe works, which you are ignoring. Okay, that's it. Thanks.
That's about it. That's about it. Great explanation. You guys want what you want until what you want is a little bit harder than what you thought it would be. And now you're turning back to a man saying, help me. Where are all the men at? Why do men not approach? Why do men not court? Why do they not pursue? Why do they avoid? Because you didn't want me all of those years. And now that you're in a little bit of trouble and you're struggling through a situation, you want people to come to your rescue. You want to turn a man on and off just whenever you want to. You want to put a man in the closet and then bring him out whenever you want to. You use him just like a coat. Oh, I don't need protection today. It's too hot. Leave him in the coat. All the summer months. Leave him in the closet for 3 to 4 months, 3 to 5 months, depending on where you are, right? And then when it gets a little bit colder, oh man, I love this season. It's cuffing season. It's hoodie season. It's boots and coat and warm hot chocolate season. Love it. And then you bring the man out because that's what you need. I want a man to hold me. And then when it's time to get back to your boss babe, independent lifestyle, and it's, oh, well, I really don't want to be tied down to a man at the patriarchy. Okay.
You know how I know I'm getting older? I'm more attracted to compatibility than chemistry. Now hear me out, right? I was just on a date. He got me a rose. Cute. And obviously I'm sitting there attracted to the guy, tall, melanated, tatted, my type to a T. And he's checking a lot of boxes, but I was like, wow, like the like factor in me is turned all the way off until I know that you're passing all of these check boxes. Because no longer do I care about what kind of swagger you have, how you are in bed. I don't care about that. Can you protect and provide? Can you hold space for me emotionally? Are you emotionally available? Do you have the capacity for a relationship? Do you have your ducks in a row? Do you have a good family? Do you have goals and values in life? Are you ambitious? Like, all of those things come first before any type of feelings. Like, how you treat me comes before anything else. Because chemistry is great and all. But when you're toxic and there's chemistry, that shit is so bad for you. I'm so turned off. Nah, I'm too old for that. How are you going to make me grow as a person? Let's start there.
How about a round of applause for that emotional intelligence? How about a round of applause for that emotional intelligence? You know how I'm getting older? You should have left this one in the drafts. But like I continue to say on this channel, modern women are going to continue to tell you their resume. You don't need are we dating the same woman? You don't need some PI person to come in and do research or investigation. You don't need none of that. You don't need to pay none of that. You just need to scroll on your phone. They're going to tell you exactly what they're doing, right? Hey, what's your name? Hey, you got a social media? It almost seems like we need to stop asking for their number and just get their social media account. Because this is the type of stuff that you're going to run across. She said, I'm now looking for compatibility, not chemistry. He's my type to a T. No longer am I worried about this man sleeping, how good he is in bed, how good he is at clapping my cheeks and knocking me down. I'm not worried about that anymore. That sounds very close to what men have been saying. You get out here and then you do all this stuff with all these men, act irresponsible, got a rose in your hand, and then say, you know what? That doesn't matter anymore. Me going around and jumping to multiple places doesn't matter anymore. And I actually regret doing that now. I shouldn't have done that. If I would have known, I would have done X, Y, and Z. That's interesting. And this is why men don't want to be bothered. This is the exact reason why. Because you sit up here and admit that you've been out here acting a fool. Well, I didn't say, you didn't say it. It didn't come out your mouth. But what you're explaining to men is you've been out here acting a fool. And when they don't want to be a part of it, you're going to get mad at them. But they already walked away, so it don't matter.